One of the
But
things that I read about in your uh, descriptions is how you talk about the concept of addiction being an allergy and the phenomenon of craving that it's triggered by it's an allergic reaction, right?
yeah, yeah.
And it's not necessarily a genetic condition.
Oh no, it's in my opinion, it's definitely genetic. An allergy is medical and it's internal. They haven't been able to tag or link the genetics, but like look at people who are have addiction and alcoholism, it's always running through their gene pool.
Somebody, a parent,
Yeah,
a
of course.
grandparent,
And
right?
even when people say, "Oh, no, no," when I'm like, "Yeah, look a couple of fucking generations." It's there, and that's okay. And I'm not saying that as an scapegoat. I'm saying that, to allocate understanding and responsibility. Like if it's in your
You got
genes,
to be extra careful.
not only that, there should be a consistent fair warning. You know what I mean? Because the only the and this is where it, and maybe it's, big pharma, maybe it's big hospital, maybe it's government, who knows why, but or maybe not, I'm really not a conspiracist, but it's not widely known that there's an allergy concept that springs right from Alcoholics Anonymous. That's not mine. Alcoholics Anonymous in the doctor's opinion speaks of it being an allergy. I just take that the next I just took that and ran with it, because what happened to me, little did I know, when I put a drink or a drug in my body, I ignited the allergy. And it's a very different allergy than most allergies because it starts slow. Once it's ignited, like someone who's allergic to crab puts crab in their body and their throat closes up,
Right.
right? It doesn't slowly close up over time. Um, but with alcoholism and drug addiction, the allergy is slow to form.
Right. And then
And
you also start developing a tolerance. So you need to take more and more and more in order
yeah,
to get to that feeling of freedom and numbness, right? Where
yeah.
you're kind of escaping. Yeah, so
I
I could
mean, and the definition of one of the definitions of an allergy is an abnormal reaction. I have, and people like me have, an abnormal reaction to drugs and alcohol. And it happened pretty early on, but in a very low percentage of power. So and maybe the first inkling of it is that I did feel so enlightened. Maybe most people don't feel that enlightened
right, right.
because their allergy, they don't have the allergy. This only occurs with people that have the allergy. The term that they use is disease. I don't love the term disease. I'm okay with it. I don't, it's not, I don't, I don't sense it as a negative. I just think that an abnormal reaction to something is exactly what I have to drugs and alcohol. And that abnormal reaction is called the phenomenon of craving.
Hmm.
And the phenomenon of craving starts slowly, and I got no fair warning. It's and once it gets its grips into you, which it got its grips into me, um it's almost a life or death situation, and most of the time you lose.